Well. Here we are once again on this. I guess we've been doing it Thursdays now for a little while, which works out good because I stay up late here on the East Coast. So, Friday, it's kind of a lax day depending on where you're at. Depending on your job, I work from home. So, it's okay. I'll stay up a little late, drink a little beer. Shimao.
Also gives me time to get over things like a fucking toothache that I have to have a root canal on tomorrow. Woo!
Yeah, you're headed in for Rudy. Man, those suck, bro.
Yep.
Those are bad. I have not had good experience.
About as bad as my hair.
Yes. Your hair is extra flashy. I don't even know what to say. But you can put it in the comments. Those of you guys on YouTube, put that shit in the comments. I'd like to see that. That'd be fun. And you got the steampunk glasses going on. So you're lucky. The sun's still up there. Over here, man, what is it? It's almost 10 now on the East Coast. So, but yeah, man, summer's fucking winding down. School started. Working from home is a fucking blessing while your kids are in school. Just gonna say it. Fucking love it.
Yeah, because you don't have to fight the traffic to go pick them up or to get home from work or any of those things. Like working from home is pretty grand. So
no, it is. Yeah, the biggest issue here, I think I said it last podcast, is we don't have any bus drivers. So like everybody picks up their fucking kid from school. So like we leave the house at 2:00 to get to the school at 2:05. We're home by 3:15. What I mean? It's ridiculous.
Back to school starting. Kids are back to school.
Yep.
So kind of what comes about with back to school. You got back to school shopping, got to get their book bags, got to get their clothes. You've got, I don't know, like all those ridiculous back to school lists.
Yeah, the shopping list. You have to get
like $100 worth of supplies, which, to be honest, didn't have to do this year.
Really?
No school supplies.
No shit. Oh, we did. We spent about $150, I think, this year.
So the school that our kids go to did not require supplies. The school provides them. Imagine that. That's kind of a novel concept, right?
Yeah.
But they had a budget for supplies, and they got everything they need. There's a few things the teachers were like said, hey, if you want to donate some extra stuff, you can. So I was like, okay, I don't have to buy supplies. Yeah, I'll buy you a couple things. Here you go. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. We decided to do JanSport book bags last year because I got tired of those character book bags that just rip and, you throw them away. Like they don't last. The first break. And so didn't have to buy book bags this year. So, feeling pretty good about that list.
Hell yeah, man. No, we spent some money for school supplies and shit like that for the teachers. And then, obviously Zach had to have the book bag and all that shit, but we got a great outlet store, like an outlet mall just down the street from us. So we went to the Under Armour outlet, got him a backpack for like $25. So we didn't spend near as much as we have in the past. Back in Jacksonville, we spent about $300 just on school supplies. That's not backpacks. That's none of it. It's just school supplies is what we spent it on. And it was for the teachers and then obviously for Zach, but most of it was for the teachers, which I'm totally fine with, for the most part.
So for the most part. Let's kind of talk about that. What's the one thing that you see or have you seen on a school supply list that you're like, are you kidding me? It has to be this specific thing and you can't find it. There's always that one thing and that you have to go through multiple stores to find, right?
Oh, it's everything. pencils, markers, crayons. It's everything, bro. Colored pencils. Colored pencils are like a fucking. I feel like people just buy them in bulk and fucking sell that shit again for double the price online. Like you can't find them anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, we went to Target, fucking Walmart, fucking Walgreens, fucking everywhere, and we couldn't fucking find them.
Amazon Prime it for $20 when it costs $3 in the store.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But
that's the racket. That's the racket.
You damn right, man. You damn right. They're gonna get their pennies, bro. They're gonna get them.
So my wife went to school to be an educator. She has a degree in early childhood education with an emphasis on special needs. So she tends to tell me why things need to be a certain way, and we agree to disagree because I don't know. To me, they put on like the list. The one thing that irritates me is Expo dry erase markers, fine tipped, multicolored
Sharpies. Oh yeah, we had fine tip Sharpies last year.
Did you? And it's like, really? And then you go to get them and like, but it has to be name brand. It has to be a certain size. And you're like, well, why does it matter? Why does it matter? She tells me it matters. She's like, oh, the cheap ones don't work as well. And then it's a waste. And I'm like, yeah, but they're like so expensive. Like,
well, they are. But I think, I mean, the one reason I don't have too much of a problem with it is because if we didn't do it, the teachers would have to pay for it out of their fucking pocket, which I think is complete and utter bullshit. So the government they need to get their shit together and supply money to these schools to get this shit. I mean, I don't mind. Again, it's for the teachers, bro. Like I don't mind, but dude, I don't make a whole lot of money. I make okay money, but like, dude, it's the government's got to get their shit together, man, in so many ways, and schools need to be top priority. I mean,
they do. And I find it funny how some states fare better than others, right?
Yeah.
Whether it comes to your education, whether it comes to teaching, whether it comes to supplies, I think it's funny how, I don't go to this big fancy school. I don't go like my kids, like it's a public school.
Yeah.
That take them to. So it's not like they're in this private school or anything. It's a public school. We didn't have to pay any registration fees, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to buy any school supplies. We donated like a few things. Now we don't have a bus. You have to pay $400, like around $400 per kid to ride the bus.
Ooh.
But the school is like in the neighborhood. So like we can walk them to school if we had to. So it's not that far. And like they give them free lunches. We don't pay for lunches. Like, how can California do that, but nobody else can? I want to know like what the difference is. Like, where does the funding go? How do they because to me, in Florida, we had to pay registration fees. We had to buy uniforms. We had to pay $150 worth of supplies. And then what irritated me the most, you would buy supplies for your kid, but it would all get mixed in and the teacher gave out whatever to whatever kid.
Mm-hmm.
So you stuck to the list. You bought what your kid needed. Some parent buys generic stuff and then it gets mixed together. Like, okay, like if I buy stuff, I want it to go to my kid, right? I mean, if you need extra to donate, like I'm all for that. Like, some parents can't afford it and I get that. And I've been in that place before. And so super thankful for parents that donate extra and I'm willing to donate extra when I have the extra money. But like, I find it weird. And then like Georgia, different rules there, North Carolina, different, like, I don't know. It's just, why does it have to be different?
Like I said, man, I think it's all in the government, dude. It's all in the funding that they provide. In a lot of states, it isn't any. I mean, hell, DeSantis fucking in Florida said he was going to stop. It was something like stop funding schools, or he was going to not give them such and such a money if they like had mandatory mask mandates. Like, how the fuck are you going to take away from schools because you think you're a big dick fucking politician Dude, this is not a road I wanted to go down tonight. This is not a road, but these fucking guys and girls got to get their shit together, dude, because we're the ones paying the price. Our kids are the ones paying the price.
And then you've got the opposite thing. I've got like idiot Newsom on my side. And he closed down all the schools except for the ones his kid went to. And his kids got to go in school all year last year, but our kids had to go through this like hybrid thing, online learning. And again, same thing. Like he didn't want to deal with his kids, so he made sure their school was open, but made every other school shut down. Like, you're right about that. Like, I don't care what side you're on. I think all politicians right now need to get their heads out of their butts. Like their heads are so far up their own ass, they don't know. They're not making good decisions.
And it comes down to money.
On that note,
it comes down to money. It's all money.
It does.
It's all cash.
But then you got stupid rules. Like, prime example, I don't know if you dealt with this when you moved from Michigan to Georgia, but when I left Georgia to North Carolina, I was ahead of everyone in my class in North Carolina, but I did not have North Carolina social studies. So they held me back, even though I tested higher. Then I got lazy because I was bored in school. We go to I finished out my 8th grade year, and they're like, oh, well, he needs to be in special like tech. He can't do college. He can't do college prep. And so I went through all the testing, proved to them I could pass it. I was just bored. Go down to Georgia and realized that I wasn't challenged, and I was bored in school and actually fared better in Georgia schools than I did in the North Carolina school I had. My kids in the Florida school were behind. We get to California and we had to get them caught up, but they offered programs and things. So it's like, I don't know. The education's just all screwed up. It's all screwed up.
Oh yeah. Everything's screwed up, man. I mean, it was the same thing. I mean, when I moved from Michigan to Georgia, I was actually ahead of where they were in Georgia. So like 9th and 10th grade, 9th and 10th grade for me were like a fucking review from 7th and 8th in Michigan. So everybody's curriculum's different. Everybody's going to learn different. In the end, does it really matter? I don't fucking know. I mean, you're going to get into college or you're not. You're going to go to college or you're not. I mean, I don't know that it matters all that much anymore. I mean, it's like the fucking math, dude, this math. And listen, you've known me for 20 plus. I'm not good at math.
Common Core, baby.
I am not a math guy. I know 2 + 2, fucking 4. That's about all I can give you. You know what I mean? Like Zach was doing his homework tonight, and Lisa's got to help him because the way that they're doing it now, I can't comprehend it. Cannot comprehend it.
To be honest, that Common Core math doesn't teach them how to solve problems. It teaches them how to follow directions, but it doesn't teach them how to solve outside of the box or be a problem solver. It basically teaches you how to follow a formula, and you only know, like, it doesn't teach you how to solve things. Right. What was great about like the math that we had and the classes that we had when we were younger, then it taught you how to solve for problems. It taught you how to be a problem solver, to be a thinker. The Common Core math, it's all about following a rule, not about like actually learning and figuring things out, which I think it's gonna wind up hurting our kids in the long run.
Yeah, it might, because it fucking hurts me now, man. I can't do it. I'll sit here right now. I'll tell the entire fucking world right now, I can't do it. I
can get the same answer in less steps and have less mistakes in less time. Then why don't I go that route? Like, why do you go this whole long comprehend? Nobody's ever going to use that either. Like, in what world do you ever use that stuff? Never.
No.
Never.
Nope.
You can't tell me they use Common Core in like science or in all. No, they're going to use like old school algebra equations and things that we used, that Einstein used, things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just glad that he's back in school. He's able to make friends, be around other kids, knock on wood so far. I mean, they've only had 2 or 3 kids come down with COVID, none in his class. And I'm sure we have a whole year. I'm sure it's going to happen. But so far, so good. And excuse me. And I'll tell you what, working from home, quiet now is very different.
Oh yeah.
It's it's almost creepy different.
Yeah.
Because Lisa's in the living area where we set up her office. I'm in the office. So we're in the same house, but we're still separated because I'm on Zoom all day. I mean, for probably 4 to 6 hours a day right now. And so my door's closed. I got the fan on. I'm just hanging. Zoom calls, clients, whatever. It's just awesome. No kid in the background screaming at fucking Call of Duty. It's fucking great, man. It's fucking great. I could start drinking it too if I wanted to. I won't because I work. Nobody drinks at home while they work, of course,
Unless you're having a happy hour,
Unless you're having a happy hour, right? And Zoom happy hours happen. So in that case, I will. But no, I mean, 5 o'clock, man, I'm popping that fucking top, dude. Come on.
Well, you know what all this signals to me is when kids start going back to school.
Yep.
It's the end of summer, man. I mean, summer's winding down. Fall's about to start up. We talked last week about, pumpkin spice and all that different things. You got Halloween coming up.
Yep.
What signals you that it's the end of summer? Like, what do you look at? Like when you experience, or what do you start doing, or what is it that, like, how do you transition from summer to fall?
Oh, it's football season, man. It's football season. Go Blue Empire. Let's go. Detroit Lions. Let's go. It's football season, man. The first 2 weekends of college football, I put up my tent in the front because I have a big canopy, Michigan canopy. Pulled the grill out. We brought our 46-inch TV out to the garage. I hooked that shit up. We were outside watching football, drinking beer, and cooking. That's it. That's the start of fall for me. When college football gets here and then NFL follows soon after, it's fall. And not to mention, it's been 60 degrees here in the morning. It's been absolutely fantastic. That's fall for me.
You got the weather changing. You got football, starting to grill out and tailgate a little bit. I get that. For me, it's, it was kind of similar. It's like, okay, football starting, be going to cookouts and things, or, the weather changing, start getting like, pumpkin spice and ciders and looking at your favorite alcoholic beverages with, fall flavors. For me, it was Angry Orchard Sinful, the cinnamon spiced cider like that.
Oh, yeah.
Cracking open some Jack Daniel's fire whiskey, But moving out here, it's a little bit different. I don't know how to transition into the fall out here because in the summer, like June, July is pretty mild. Weather's pretty nice. August, September gets pretty hot. So even though the kids are going back to school and everything, it's pretty toasty, man. Like I still get the AC cranked up. Now granted, it's not like hot like it was in Florida or anything like that. It's much nicer, but in the evenings it gets cool. Put on a jacket and stuff, but it's a little bit different. I think for me, I can't get into the fall till it really gets into October and the weather starts cooling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we start like, I hate to say it, but we start like thinking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas and Thanksgiving for me.
Yeah. No, see up here. Last year was obviously our first fall up here. So, last year we did pumpkin picking, which we're going to do this weekend. We missed apple picking last year, so we're going to do that. So like that here also signifies fall is here. Like it may not say it on the calendar, but our Nick's pumpkin patch, which is fucking phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. They give you
just
clippers.
Saying that because your name.
No, it's Nix, not Nick, Nix. But I mean, dude, I'm literally like, you go out and they give you a big thing of clippers and they give you a wheelbarrow. And so you walk out and you sift through like fucking 50 rows of pumpkins, pull them out of the ground, clip that shit off and put them in your wheelbarrow, man. And you go up and pay. I mean, shit, I spent like, what did we spend last year? We spent probably $80 on pumpkins. And the one pumpkin lasted us till March this year.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. Now,
Wow.
we didn't cut that one open. That one just stayed. You know, we didn't carve it or anything like that because it was massive. I mean, it was, I can't even, I don't even know how big, I don't even know what to compare it to. But yeah, man. So it's,
I'd be tempted to go out and find the biggest pumpkin I could fit in that damn wheelbarrow and
Yep.
like haul that sucker out.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. And a lot of those, they don't want people picking up. So they'll actually cut those themselves and they put them on pallets. So you could do that. I prefer to pick my own. I want to go out. I want to sift through. I want to rub the fucking dirt off it. You know what I mean? I want to look at it. I want to do the whole nine. I want the whole thing. So it's just the experience, man. I mean, we never had that shit in Florida. You know, it was a pumpkin patch at a fucking church that they pulled out of fucking who knows where. And I mean, up here, dude, it is amazing. Leaves are starting to fall already. Nothing's really changing yet, but I'm really excited. I don't get into Christmas this early. I'll tell you that. I don't. It's too fucking early. It's too fucking early. Like, I got to get through Halloween. I got two bins full of Halloween decorations that I put up every year, which I'll post pictures of this year because it's pretty awesome.
I get that. We just, I don't have the same like weather change, right? You know, we had that in Florida. We had that not Florida, Georgia and North Carolina, but
right
in Florida, it'd still be warm. Here, it's still kind of warm. So I don't really get into that fall feeling until like the end of October, beginning of November is when it really starts to kind of shift. And so it's kind of hard for me to get into the fall season until that hits, that weather change and just those different things. I will say though, your wife better video if you pick up a pumpkin and throw your back out or something. Because I could just see that happening.
I mean,
going for the prize, going for the big boy.
It's possible. It's possible. I'm not going to lie to you. It's possible. But, you know, been going to the gym. So I'm a little bit better shape than I used to be. But yeah, dude, like I said, I've got two bins full of Halloween decorations. And, you know, we set up the last year for Halloween. I mean, it's one of my favorite holidays. Like, I absolutely fucking love it. I will dress up if I love to dress up for Halloween. But we put out 2 tables last year, and then we pulled the grill out and we had the fire pits going, and we just like our little corner here. I'm in the garage. I should have opened it so I could have shown you guys, but it's fucking pitch black out. You wouldn't see it anyway. But really great little.
You gotta watch out for the bears.
Well, the bears are definitely.
Let's be honest. Christ. You're just afraid to open that garage door for the bears.
Oh,
it's 100%.
100%, man.
They can smell some food you got in the garage. Like,
yeah. I mean,
target.
The grill's sitting right here to my right. Like, I mean, it's not lit or anything, obviously. But like, yeah, no, listen, if a bear walked up on there, you would see a 6'7" white man fly the fuck out of here real quick. Real quick. Real fucking fast.
Folks, that is the solid truth.
It is a solid truth. Are you going to fuck with a bear? Who do you know that's going to fuck with a bear? Stand toe to toe with a bear.
Nobody. I'm going to do the duck and roll, the duck and cover, because I know I can't outrun it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's what apparently the guy down the street did, and fucking bear laid on him. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. But, but that's another sign of fall, right? I mean, cooling off.
Bear season.
They're starting to look for food. They're hungry. Not people hungry. They're hungry for people food. I'm just going to reiterate that. I said it 2 podcasts ago. But yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm surprised they didn't, because we actually kept the big one on the front porch. and we have some stairs that come up to the front porch, and we got a really nice deck on the front. So, like we sit out there. I mean, Lisa and I, like tomorrow, I mean, I'll go to the store around noon, get some beer, and then work the rest of my day. And then 5 o'clock, dude, we're pulling the chairs out. It's going to be like 74 tomorrow again. Pull the chairs out, drink some beer, and just enjoy the weather. That's what I love.
Nice.
That's what I realized that I missed. Right. I was in Florida for so long, and we didn't get seasons. And then last year we got fucking cold, bone chilling cold. We got snow. We got fucking, red and yellow and green leaves, and like just fucking gorgeous, man. I didn't realize how much I missed it until we moved here.
That's a good point. I could take a trip up to like Big Bear and up in the mountains, and it's only a couple hours for us, and actually see the seasons. And that would probably kind of jumpstart my kind of holiday season, because we're so close. And you're right. That's one thing that, I hate the frigid cold, but I do like the snow. I do like the cool weather and the change in seasons and stuff. And it was nice last year to see it, because we went up to Big Bear a couple times and got to see snow and got to see, just different things in the spring and the fall. And it was actually nice. And you're right. I didn't realize how much I missed it until you just said that. And I was thinking, I was like, wow, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And it brought back some memories, and it actually got me excited for Christmas. And usually I hate Christmas. I'm like, bah humbug, like, don't like Christmas. But I'm actually excited for Christmas now because of all the things we got to do last year that I get to do with my kids for the first time that I kind of missed doing as a child. So, I mean, you and I remember playing out in the snow in Georgia, and like school being closed and canceled. And then, I got to take my kids and got to do tubing on some snow and have a snowball fight. And, so maybe I'll take a trip up there. That's a good idea.
I mean, because it's funny, and I know we're kind of going way off of what this whole podcast was supposed to be about today, but
that went out the window, like at the beginning, like,
that was gone.
We're off the rails.
It was gone. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, like for some people, like fall gets like depressing, right? So the time changes and it gets cooler, and wherever the fuck you are, if it doesn't get cool where you are, great. Maybe you're happy all the time. But like for me, fall is like invigorating, man. Like I'm fucking ready to go. Like I'm fucking ready to go. Summers is nice, but fall for me is where it's at, man.
I used to get really, really down during the fall in Georgia because it was always rainy during that time, right? There's a lot of rain that happened during that time. And, where we lived, like near Atlanta, you'd have a little bit of the change in seasons, but it wasn't like living in the mountains. In the mountains, it's kind of like festive, fall festival, festive. It's lots to do, get you out of the house. Like, it's just enjoyable. But yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right. You're right.
Yeah, man.
I wonder how many other people really feel kind of depressed because of where they live and they don't have the nice scenery.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how it was for me in Michigan. I mean, it was gray for 7 months ish for winter. And so it's super fucking depressing. Like at least here we get the sunlight. We don't see a whole lot of rain here so far, at least last year, during the fall heading into winter. Snow will come usually in about January, at least it did last year. So we don't get that feeling here. I mean, right now it's windows open. The AC didn't run at all today. Not at all. We had the windows and doors open. It was great. But
I'll tell you what is depressing for me. And I've been struggling with this year. I it's just really hard, but kind of going back to things that start in the fall football season, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to maintain being a football fan, especially for me being a Falcons fan. And it's especially after this last weekend, man. They shit the bed. It was horrible. I have no positives. Just we've sucked. We've had really great teams and great players, but we've been to Super Bowls that were just so demoralizing. And then just to start off every season like we have, it gets to a point where I don't know whether to switch teams or just give up watching football. That's kind of where I'm at, because it's just like, man, I love the Falcons, but it's just, it makes me angry. It makes me depressed. I don't enjoy watching football anymore.
Yeah,
because
your
of
whole fucking day. I know.
It does, yeah. And
Yep.
life's too short to be miserable. And I get it. People are going to say, you got to stick with your team. You got to root for your team. Yeah, try losing a Super Bowl after being up 24-0. Then talk to me about it. No one else feels that pain except for Falcons fans. So now Browns fans and Lions fans, I feel like y'all have very similar gripes. So
well, we don't have Super Bowl gripes, so we don't even have playoff gripes for this fucking matter. I mean, I don't know, man. For me, it's I don't know. It's tough. It really is tough, but I cannot root for another team. Now, I will root for the Rams this year because Stafford went there. And again, we're getting a little off here. Majority of our folks don't like sports, but this is one thing. I mean, beginning of football season, guys, like we just had to talk about it. We had to talk about it. I mean, my Lions,
we're not necessarily talking about sports, but we're talking about like, how do you cope with that? Like, where's the line between being a fair weather fan?
Right here, bro.
Beer. Lots of alcohol.
This is how I cope with it. We got Green Bay on Monday night in Green Bay, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be drunk as shit.
I don't know. They got tore up this weekend.
By New Orleans. But it goes back to the point. Like, I mean, every season, like we come into the season excited and amped up and ready, and then we come out and, I mean, every quarter except the fourth quarter. I mean, we came back and only lost by 8, which was great. But like every fucking year, dude, it's tough, man. I mean, even being a Michigan fan is tough. Cleveland fans got it bad. Not anymore. I think they're in good shape now. But, how do you cope? That's something I want to see. So if we get sports fans that are listening to this, I would love to see in the comments on YouTube, how do you cope with it? I mean, I'm a Lions fan. I have been my entire life. I grew up watching them on Thanksgiving Day. There was rumors they wanted to take the Thanksgiving Day game away, which would be fucking horrendous because I wouldn't even watch football then. I wouldn't watch football. Thanksgiving Day is for eating fucking turkey and watching Lions football for me. That's what it is. And obviously family, but they have to deal with me watching the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. But I know I got a couple of people in Michigan that listen, and you guys know what I'm talking about. It's just one of those things, man. I just can't. I've been in it so long. I've been a fan for so long. It just wouldn't feel right to go to another team. I can't do it. Again, I'm going to root for the Rams because I love Stafford. He deserves a championship. So I think he's going to win one in LA or wherever the hell they are now.
Yeah, they're in LA. They're I've got the Chargers across the street from me, their practice field, and I got the Rams up the street from me. So I thought about rooting for the Chargers, but I kind of want to root for the Rams. I don't know, kind of torn. I'm gonna pick a hometown team to root for because it's always good to root for the team that's near where you're living. Like, unless it's like you move to New Orleans and you're a Falcons fan, then that could never happen.
Right.
Actually, why would you move to New Orleans anyways if you're a Falcons fan? Like, that should never happen. But
it's true.
It's one of those things where, like, how do you cope as a sports fan? Like, not even just football. Let's just talk about how do you cope as a sports fan for this long period of droughts, disappointment. Like, I mean, I can go down the list. We're both Thrashers fans.
Yeah,
And
man.
look where that ended up.
Yep.
I rooted for the Charlotte Hornets back in the day with who was it? Alonzo Mourning and
Alonzo and Larry Johnson and Muggsy
yeah,
Bogues. Yeah.
and disappointment. And then I rooted for the Hawks for a while when we moved back to Atlanta, and that just ended in disappointment. Rooting for the Falcons, Jaguars, living in Jacksonville, like there's no hope there. I mean, just over and over and over and over again. I mean, when is enough enough? And then like, doesn't these teams feel like some type of responsibility to put a quality product for their fans? Because I feel like, yeah, part of it is just how things shake up, but the other part of it is you're an owner. There's got to be like, you see all these other teams get really good quality coaches and get good people that put things together. Look at New England. Sucked. Bill Belichick comes in, rights the ship. Seattle sucked. Bring in Pete Carroll, win a couple of Super Bowls.
Yep.
I mean, there's teams that put it together. Tampa sucked. Now they've had 2 Super Bowls and 2 runs. You know, so you can't say it can't be done, but I feel like everybody trying to chase the new hotness instead of building quality products. They're trying to grab star players or, you know, what is it that's going to put, you know, butts in the seats for these sporting events? Reality is winning will put butts in the seats.
You know,
that shiny new object is only temporary.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
That people are still putting their butts in the seats. I mean, you can't get a ticket to a Lions game. Even our 0-16 season, for the last game of the year, when we went 0-16, we had more fans, and you guys can fucking Google this shit. We had more fans in our stands than the Jacksonville Jaguars did.
Yeah, Jacksonville was so bad they had to gut out like 20,000 seats and put in swimming pools.
Yeah.
Sorry to my Jacksonville friends, but that was the truth.
But it's true. Like, Detroit is a solid sports city. I mean, it's a sports town, man. We got Red Wings hockey, Lions football.
1 championships.
Yeah, Michigan State. Like, dude, I mean, Michigan State's not Detroit. They're East Lansing, but whatever. You know, but they're loyal. We got the Tigers. Yeah, they sucked for the last fucking however many years, but people still go. Like, and I think that's the problem. I think if people stopped going, I think maybe the owners would be more like, oh, shit, maybe we need to do something. But the Ford families owned the Lions for like their entire existence. And, you know, at some point, you got to think about selling this fucking team because we can't.
You don't even have to sell it.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
No, you take your hands off. You hire somebody with this vision in mind. It's not about the signing object. It's not about building the team around one player. You build a team that has camaraderie, that you find players that work together. Some super talented, some not, but you find a chemistry. If you can do that, you build chemistry and culture. That's what builds championships. Everybody wants to talk about defense, no matter what sport it is. It's all about chemistry and culture. You look at the chemistry that Michael Jordan had with the team when they were winning championships. Oh, yeah. Now, eventually that chemistry started breaking apart towards the end from all the things you read. But there was at some point where there was that chemistry and that culture there, right?
Yep.
You look at the Patriots. You look at what's happening in Tampa right now. You look at, you know, you look at Denver when they got Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wasn't as good as he used to be. It's not like they got the star quarterback. He was still good. He still had some miles left, but it was about chemistry and culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
When are we going to stop? Like, because it's just punishing the fans. Sorry, I got on some random topic at Soapbox because I'm irritated because I'm spent. I'm tired of wasting my energy being let down and being put in a negative space because the owner of my team can't put the shit together.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and it's like I said, man, same way with the Lions. You know, who knows if they'll ever get it together. I do like Dan Campbell. I think he's a great head coach. I think he's got the right mindset. You know, I mean, last week was a perfect example. I mean, we were down 33 to 6 or something like that. Came back and lost 33 to 26 or some shit. I don't even remember the final score now. You know, but we brought it within an 8-point game, right? Like they didn't quit. You know, under the other coaches, they just fucking threw their hands up. They're like, well, fuck it, we're done. But they came out and they fucking played and they almost came back to tie the game. But, you know, so that's the kind of culture that I think is needed. And I think most NFL teams have. There's a select few that
I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think there's only a select few that do. Because you look at the Vikings, you look at the Bears, you look at Atlanta, you look at Carolina, you look at Oakland, you look at Houston, you look at Dallas, you look at New York Giants and New York Jets, Buffalo Bills. You look at all those teams, a majority of them are bad. Now, I know a few of them are turning things around right now, but
oh yeah,
I would probably say about a third probably do, and I think 2/3 don't. And I think there's some shifting in the middle a little bit. Yes, sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not, but I don't know. I think only a few actually get it. I think the Steelers get it.
Oh yeah.
I think the Red Wings get it. I think the Sharks don't. I don't know what Doug Wilson does. He puts together a competitive team, but he can't get his crap together to put together a winning team because we had a great team. We were just missing a goalie. He couldn't get us a fucking goalie. So, like, Penguins, they get it. What they're doing is working. You can't argue against it, but it's all culture. It's not one-star player. It's culture and that chemistry.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what it takes. But, not everybody's got it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man?
I'm fired up now. I am so fired up now. I am so angry.
Yeah.
I am so angry.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should do a podcast on Monday night late after the Lions game. And then you can, like, everybody seems to like my rants so far. Then you'll be able to hear a real good fucking rant depending on how that game goes. But
yeah, we can call it anger management.
There you go. There you go. That's it. But all right, man. Well, I think we have talked everyone's ear off enough for tonight.
It's time to stop going down the rabbit hole.
That's it. We're gonna climb our way out. But yeah, listen.
Screen and tell me it's time to go.
Oh, I did see that. Oh, that's nice that it's so early there. Shit.
We're off the rails. We are, man.
It's
okay.
What?
Well,
and I'll tell you what, like I did this. I came out to the garage tonight for the podcast, right? Because I don't want to keep my wife up anymore. I need my energy to be up, and I think it really helped. So I may keep it out here until it gets like fucking frigid cold, and then I may go back inside. But
get you a heater, man. Suck it up.
Yeah. I mean, I could. I've got a little space heater in there I could use. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes as we get farther into the seasons. But listen,
you could pretend you're in Michigan. Throw a blanket over. Have your earmuffs. You got headphones that looks like earmuffs. Throw a blanket over. Have some gloves. Have the the frost coming off your breath. It'll work.
That's true. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we'll think about that. But no, I mean, the next, what do we have? We got 2 weeks left in September. So yeah, we've got 2 more shows left for this month. October, our plan is to do pretty much
really cool things.
Yes, pretty much an entire month of Halloween, I feel like. So we're going to do like haunted destinations. I've got some stories. Finney's got stories. Jody, you said, she's in travel, so she can tell us about some great haunted destinations, and just talk about our love for the holiday. So be on the lookout for that. You guys hit us up on YouTube. Look us up, Misguided Shenanigans. We've had several more subscribers, which is great. Thank you for the support. It's awesome. Facebook, Misguided Shenanigans. Instagram, Misguided Shenanigans. Twitter, Misguided Shenanigans. TikTok, who the fuck knows? Maybe eventually we'll get there.
YouTube, Misguided Shenanigans. Definitely got to mention the YouTube. That's we're feeling the love on YouTube. So make sure keep on subscribing, comment, tell us whether you love us, you hate us, tell us we suck, tell us we're great. We don't care. We love it all.
That's right.
And until next time, keep it frosty.
Keep it frosty. Peace out, homies and homettes.